Everyone in the village was friendly. The whole community participated whenever tourists arrived. They used to call me Kairadai, which I guess meant white guy. During my first few days, I noticed a beautiful local woman. At first, she didn't look at me, but when our eyes met, we both laughed. Then, suddenly, she was gone. I couldn't find her anywhere. Perhaps she had left. That night, the locals organized a bonfire. Along with a few other tourists, we enjoyed singing and dancing around the fire with the villagers. The aroma of freshly prepared local food filled the air, and everyone shared generously. The hospitality was heartwarming. As the night deepened and the fire crackled under the starry sky, the conversation took a chilling turn. The villagers began sharing supernatural stories, their voices hushed yet eager. One elder spoke of a tragic tale. A woman who had died during childbirth, unable to be saved due to the lack of medical care at the time. Neither the mother nor the child survived. Yet, some claim that she never truly left. Many villagers believe her spirit still roams the village, endlessly searching for her lost child. Some have even heard the faint cries of a baby in the dead of night, echoing through the quiet hills. The fire crackled, filling the silence that followed. A chill crawled up my spine. The laughter and warmth from earlier seemed distant now. I glanced around the group, my eyes landing on the mysterious girl from before. She sat quietly, listening, a strange expression on her face. Our eyes met again, but this time, there was something different in her gaze, something unreadable. I swallowed hard, gripping the warm cup of local spirits in my hands. Determined not to lose her again, I started making hand gestures, trying to communicate since I didn't know much Nepali. To my surprise, she understood some English, and we had a brief conversation. Later that night, I went to my room. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Her long hair tied with a red ribbon, her radiant smile, and her old but elegant clothes. She was breathtaking. I tried to recall her name, but no matter how much I strained my memory, it slipped away like a forgotten dream. The elderly couple who hosted me handed me some blankets and water for the night. Exhausted and slightly intoxicated from the local spirits, I drifted off to sleep with her image lingering in my mind. Suddenly, at midnight, a faint cry echoed outside my door. A baby's cry. It wasn't loud, but in the dead silence of the night, it was unmistakable. My breath hitched. Who could it be at this hour? Slowly, I rose, my head heavy from the alcohol. My vision was hazy. With a deep breath, I unlatched the door and peered outside. There, in the dim glow of the moon, a woman walked away from the house. My heart pounded. I rubbed my eyes, trying to clear my vision. She was still there, moving towards the dark woods. I saw no child, but I knew, deep in my bones, that I had heard a baby crying. A cold shiver crept up my spine. The villager's tale came rushing back to me. The mother and child, who had died in childbirth, the spirit that wandered, searching for what was lost. I slammed the door shut, my body frozen in terror. Sleep was impossible. I lay awake, listening to the whispering winds and distant howls. At dawn, I heard footsteps in the yard. Gathering courage, I stepped outside and recounted my experience to my hosts. They exchanged uneasy glances. The old woman chuckled, trying to brush it off. "Maybe you drank too much last night," they laughed. But I knew what I saw, and I knew it wasn't a dream. That day, we trekked with the villagers, following the same routines. By nightfall, the bonfire was lit again. We sang, danced, and drank the local brew. The night felt alive and warm. For a moment, I let go of the previous night's horror, yet my eyes searched for her, the girl with the red ribbon. I scanned the crowd, hoping for another glimpse. There she was, the beautiful, charming girl, sitting among a group of villagers, singing a lively Dohori song. Our eyes met once more, and this time she stood up and walked towards me. We exchanged smiles, and she started a conversation. Her voice was warm, and her presence felt familiar. She told me about a breathtaking sunrise point on the next hill, urging me to visit it the following morning. Intrigued, I shared my experience from the previous night, the eerie cries, the shadowy figure disappearing into the woods, and how the villager's story of the mother and child had haunted me. She laughed softly at my fear. "I don't believe in such things," she said confidently, her voice carrying an air of certainty. Something else caught my attention. Her English. It was more fluent than before, smooth and assured. I couldn't hide my surprise. "Your English. It's really good. For a local girl in a rural village, how did you learn so well?" I asked. She smiled, tucking a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "I've been to Kathmandu many times for my studies. I completed my SLC, high school, but after that, I came back and never went back for further studies." That night, we shared a few laughs, and I returned to my room. The elderly couple was waiting for me again. They handed me clean blankets and some water. The night was beautiful. The full moon bathed the village in a silver glow, and the clear sky shimmered with stars. I hadn't drunk much that evening. My thoughts drifted to the eerie woods beyond the village. I shut my door and lay down, reminding myself to wake early for the sunrise point. She had insisted I must see it. But as I closed my eyes, a thought gnawed at me. Her name. Why couldn't I remember her name? Morning came, and after visiting the sunrise point, I returned to the house for breakfast with the elderly couple. Over tea and local bread, we conversed in broken English and gestures. I expressed my gratitude for their hospitality, praising their warmth and kindness. The elderly woman chuckled and asked, "Did you hear any baby crying last night?" I laughed, joking that I had kept my drinking light this time. Then the conversation took a somber turn. They shared their struggles before the homestay program helped them. Their son had gone abroad for work, something common in Nepal. They also had a daughter, but she was no more. Curious, I asked what had happened. Their faces darkened. "She was a bright and talented girl," the old woman said. "She studied in Kathmandu, but on her way back to the village, she was killed in a bus accident. The roads from Kathmandu are dangerous. Many lives are lost every year." My heart clenched. "What was her name?" I asked, my breath catching in my throat. "Divya," the old man said. A chill surged through my body. My hands trembled. That was her name, the girl from the bonfire, the girl I had spoken to, the girl who told me about the sunrise. I had never believed in ghosts, but now I wasn't so sure.